Get a job, Ben. You can't live off of our dime forever, Ben. Why couldn't I have just been born into one of those neglectful families that forgets their child even exists after they turn 18? Instead, my parents expected me to be proactive and take advantage of opportunities and ultimately make something of myself. Larry David was unemployed at 42 when he created Seinfeld. You'd think they'd be more sympathetic of the creative process. But I digress. I might as well take advantage of quarantine and bust out a resume. Alright, let's start with some power adjectives. How would I explain myself? I'm fun? Ooh, you should say you're a diligent worker. Hey, that's a good idea. Okay, now we're going. Ooh, you should also put that you're enthusiastic, that you're dedicated, and also trustworthy. Boom, now we're cooking with fire. God, it's great having someone around who really seems to know me. Well, I'm the pleasant side of your subconscious. Of course I really know you. Alright, well, why don't you stick around and we can bust this out in no time at all. Hey, I hate to ask, but for figments of the imagination such as yourself, aren't they usually accompanied by some sort of counterpart?
Ooh, you should also mention that time you cried during a Budweiser commercial and your friends started calling you sissy.
Oh boy, there he is. Hey, why don't you let Buddy on the left here do most of the talking? He seems to know me a lot better than you do.
You're even dumber on the outside. He literally Googled power adjectives. He's on a WikiHow article titled Building Your First Resume.
It says you should also mention your stellar work ethic. Stellar work ethic?
He's 22 and his parents practically had to force him to fill out this resume. You'd be more factually accurate describing yourself as a World War II veteran who barely survived polio.
Alright, you know what? I think we are good on adjectives. Let's take a look at work experience. Oh, I really thought you were going to have some sort of snarky comment for that one.
No snarky comment here, buddy. I'm just doing an impersonation of you during Tri-Film's all-company meetings. Hey, Angel. Hey, Angel, look at me. I'm even that gray color he starts to get after he doesn't go outside.
I was an intern. It wasn't my job to talk. None of us talked. It was our job to do what we were told to do. Besides, it's not even accurate. I was brought onto the creative team within 2 weeks of starting, and I had multiple ideas pitched to Microsoft for their holiday ad. Ooh, yeah, and you could mention how you wrote, directed, starred in, and edited a short video that was sent out to 250 of Magna5's biggest clients in the Seattle area. Thank you, pleasant side of my conscience. I think that would be a perfect thing to include in this section.
And while you're at it, why don't you throw in something about getting fired from Blazing Bagels?
I wasn't fired, I was laid off. They were downsizing and their decision-making process was entirely political.
Political in what way? In the way that you lost the popular vote about who is most capable of cutting a bagel down the middle?
There's a steep learning curve. It's not just something you're born with. Learning to cut a bagel properly is a tedious task that requires far more time than I was given.
Don't forget to mention your atrocious schmear distribution.
Moving on, let's wrap up with some referrals. Kate from Clatter and Din said that you were better with clients than any intern they'd had before. I'm sure she'd be happy to help. Why, thank you, pleasant side.
Haha, you should put your manager from Blazing Bagels. You certainly made an impression with them.
You too? Don't you get tired of his non-stop antics being up there with him in my head all day?
You'd actually be surprised how little we see each other. Most of the characters we run into up there are just embodiments of your various phobias.
Your fear of gaining weight is growing at an alarming pace. Alright, you know what? I think we're gonna call it a day.